So I decided to clean the turkey a little different than something I've done before because I wanted to keep the feathers, the wings intact for a wall mount and the tail intact for a to put it on a decoy for another time. So I'll start now with some dry plucking, and I looked up Meat Eater's how he did it, and he showed that when he removes the tail, he leaves a larger chunk of meat than most people do on it. We'll put that in some borax at the end. We'll throw that in the bag right now. It was a lot of work to do it this way. Dry plucking is really slow, but I saved my beard, my tail, and my wings. Plucking out onto the wings is a lot of work. Very difficult dry. It would have been probably a lot easier for me to remove the wings the way I wanted and the tail feathers, and then boiled it real quick. You just scald it, and then you can wet pluck it, and it comes off very quickly. It looks simple here, but that actually took hours of work while I listened to my audiobook. And then the most gruesome part is with this turkey. There's this big fatty bit on the front. It is such a nasty mess. You got to get in there without slicing into your breast meat, and you remove this big breast fatty chunk that the birds have, and it's pretty gnarly. But just take your time, do it, cut it out, and you're done. And then it's a matter of gutting it. This one was harder because I hung it. I was still copying what I had seen from watching Meat Eaters, and I kind of wish I hadn't and put it down onto a table because while it's hanging, it's a pain in the neck. When it came to the plucking, though, it really is easy to pluck it while it's hanging from the legs and then flip it and pluck the other half while it's hanging from the neck and do that part at least. The guts, there's the crop there full of some stones. I believe that's crop. That's what it's called. And maybe I'll dig into that later and see what little treasures come out of there. Sometimes I've heard that people find like marbles and things in there. The guts come right out. Just a little cut. The less you cut them, the less gruesome it is. This gets really gruesome. I don't know why it was so gross. I like to always check the organs, the liver at the end. If the organs are good, like the liver, then you can keep it. If it's clean and plain looking and not spotted. And there was the heart. Nice and clean looking. All the organs look really good, so it was a good, healthy bird. And now we just gotta clean up. What a mess I made of this. But the bird's clean, and all of that is out. We'll just have to rinse that out of there, chop it at the neck here, and get it come off. Stinking neck. Really did not want to come off. That's one tough bird. That's the spring turkey for you. They're a pretty tough bird. We're gonna hose her out and hose myself off here. It looks like I murdered several of them. And once we get it cleaned off, she is ready to go and be brined or into the fridge. I'm gonna keep it for a couple days and let it rest. And we gotta get the legs off of there too, because I'm gonna put those maybe as part of a mount. I was thinking about putting them on a stuffed, maybe like a stuffed squirrel, with turkey legs and a squirrel, like as a squirrel mount, like one of those jackalopes or something. Have like a jackalope turkey / squirrel thing going on. But we'll put the rest of these bits in borax, make sure they're good and buried, all the meaty bits, so the meat isn't rotting on your wall and it's good and dried, kind of like beef jerky, and you're all done. Head back to the main video, links in the description below.